How you doing, guys? Big Mac Dansko here again today, back once again with another episode of Not So Sigmar Saturday. So, this episode, I just want to show you something I've really rushed to build and paint. I started these, I think, on Tuesday, these Flashgitz, and I've got them to this stage a lot quicker than I normally would have. I thought I'd share how I did it. They're looking a little bit washed out, but the techniques I used really helped me get some colours on them quickly. So I basically use zenithal highlighting. Now, most of you will probably know what that is, but if you don't, what you do, you spray the miniature from below with a dark colour. This is like when you're in the undercoating stage. So I use chaos black spray to spray them from below and from, like, you know, ground level, sort of eye level sort of thing on the miniature. And then from above, I came in with a Halford's grey primer. And then after that, I took my airbrush to them and did a spray from right straight down with some Vallejo white. And then after that, I used really thin down paints. I ran them through my airbrush, and this is the first time I've really tried to paint infantry miniatures with my airbrush with any level of success, really. So what I did, I took, first of all, the olive green from Vallejo, this one, and I put a few drops of that in my airbrush cup, and then put a drop of thinner in. It's already airbrush ready to paint, but I wanted it like really thin, so put a drop or two of thinner in, and then it makes it a bit more translucent. So when you spray it, you'll get the dark areas under the cheekbones, under the jaws and stuff like that. I'll light one of these down, see if we can, if you look underneath there, you might see, it's a bit difficult to see because of the way I've got the lighting set up, but you might see that it's darker underneath, so you get darker areas underneath that do still have a hint of that green. And then I moved on to the jumpsuits. These are going to go with my oranges in New Black Ork Goths. What I use for the orange on the jumpsuit is Wild Rider Red, which sounds wrong because it's called Wild Rider Red, but it's actually a really orange colour. Yeah, so that's what I use for the orange on the jumpsuits, just targeting certain areas. I turned my airbrush right down to, I think it was to about 15, which is around 1 psi. So I turned my compressor right down to that to make sure I could get my airbrush in really close and try and get as accurate as possible. Now there are some areas that need to be gone over with the orange, like the collars around the back there, because I didn't want to get any orange on the heads of the orcs. But yeah, for the most part, I've done quite well, I think. And then finally, with the snaz guns, the body of the snaz guns I painted blue. What I did first, I sprayed them with this grey-blue from Vallejo, and I didn't like it. I thought it was going to come up quite a bit brighter than it did, because previously I'd used just this standard blue from Vallejo to spray some white models, and then it came up really bright, so I thought the colour of the grey blue would change as well, but it didn't. So then what I did, I came in with just this standard blue from Vallejo as well, again, and then I shot them from above, and it's given me a nice, pretty close colour to Cantor blue, which is what I use on my Death Skull orcs. I use Cantor blue and then Calidor Sky if I want to go a bit lighter. And the reason I've done the snaz guns blue is because in my force, the weapons are all going to have been made by Big Mac Dansko. So he's a Death Skull, and so all of the weapons he makes are going to be blue. So I think that's the way I'm going to go with the weapons now. All the weapons blue to link my wider orc warband together. Yeah, I'm getting these ready for a game today. I'm quite happy with where they are at the minute. I'll put them on the field at this level. I just prefer having something with a bit of paint on the field of battle, rather than just the grey plastic. Now I will be fielding grey plastic models as well, but the Flashgitz I thought they deserved, because they're a unit I've wanted to build and paint for a while, but I just never got around to it. So I thought they deserved a bit more attention. So yeah, I'll leave it there for you guys. And I'm amazed how much quicker I can get stuff done with an airbrush. It sounds obvious to some people, but infantry level models, I never really thought it was possible for myself. I thought, you know, I didn't have the talent. But like I said, anyway, I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the battlefield.